In questo momento sono qui.
But let me explain something. There is one guy. He used to be in the Olympics. Alberto Tomba. He was the ski guy. He went through this model because he went the guy that you want to see a really person that doesn't care about anything. I don't care about practice. I'm not gonna be on time. The guy that doesn't want to plan anything. He went through this model, and then when he learned the S.F.E.R.A, he became champion. Several times. Without practice, it's like Messi. He was gifted, but the S.F.E.R.A helped him to reach those goals.
I've been chasing a road to glory, driven since I was a child. Sweat and tears fall to push me forward. Pride and fear fuel the fire. They tell you life is a game.
What he's saying here about synchrony is the relation and balance between body, mind, and environment. So if we translate that to the field, I got it in the presentation as a first post. Is synchrony, balance between body, mind, and environment. Have to be an harmony and concentration. For example, if we put those in the training guide or the training session, if we talk with body, I cannot ask to the little ones, you have to shoot up to the goal. Why? Because I ask him something he cannot make. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So there has to be a balance and we have to be focused on that. That's part of the synchrony in the training aspect. Mind. I cannot play, no, you have to take the time and lead the lines for a pianist player. Make sense? I don't know if it's clear what I'm saying. So you have to be focused on the balance between the players you got, the body they have, the age, the environment. It's like I want to train corners with Matsukic, 18 and 19 years old. And I use the tour field. Don't have a relation, it's a mistake. Why?
Space.
Too small.
Yeah, because the environment is not correct. So have to be in your training session, all your planification have to be in the same line with the team or with the group you want to train. That's synchrony. I don't know if it's clear. Was clear? Okay, harmony and concentration, where I am and in this moment. You have to work in understand the age that your group is very, very important. So 7 years have to be a coordination, passes. Now we want to start with shooting. At least to 11 years old and the little ones, legs, max like in 10 part of the foot. But with Chiellini, Ronaldo, 13 and more, you have to pass to the other level. Like outside part of the foot, who can say tres dedos? Like
Banana shot, 3-toe.
Yeah. It's
Outside of the
too
foot.
many ways for
Banana
shooting.
shot.
And those is part of the game. I don't know who was Romario or Rivaldo, how many goals he scored with the toes? It's part of the soccer, but teach the toes to the little ones is a mistake. Because it's gonna be like a bad habit. Make sense? So synchrony is not only we as a coach, no. When you wanna pass the planification, when you do the training session, you have to be in synchrony with the everything and with the topics of the month, of the year. Make sense?
Pon el alt tab, si quieres.
Mucho bien. Oh, el cerré. No cerré.
But it ain't a game to me. The lights are calling my name. Yeah, I got the energy to put it all on the line. I'm feeling larger than life.
Mi alzo la mattina, mi guardo allo specchio e mi chiedo: ciò che mi sono prefissata di fare oggi sarà veramente il percorso migliore di avvicinamento verso i miei obiettivi?
What she say that is like I wake up in the morning and I see you in the mirror and I understand where I am in this moment. Like this is my moment. This is I have to be in the field. When you go to training, it's training session. Just all the stuff. Everybody has problem. We as a coach, you have another thing in your life. But when you're in the field, you have to be focused on the training session.
Down, I get up again, I get up again. Born unstoppable, I get up again. Now I'm stronger.
Force, punti, force, strength. I got it here. Force is like strength. It's the same balance: physical, technical, and mental, mind. It's the same. Have to be in a balance. I cannot work in the physical part with the little ones. The maximum I can do is like okay, protect the ball with 7, 8, and 9 years. Protect the balls. If you run, you have to use all your body in soccer. Now, when you do like that, when he protect the ball, they practice the strength for the half of the ball. Make sense? For the, I don't know, the arms,
Upper
the
body.
chest, yeah, upper body. Now, if we pass with Chiellini, maybe some push-ups sometimes, the good throw is a strength too. So I want to practice for the strength to the arms. You can take throw-ins. I can put like okay, 1 yard, 2 yards, 3 yards. I don't know the distance, but we can try that. In the technical aspect, it's the same. Technical, not only in the soccer. Technical in Forza is like when you wanna run, okay, move your arms too. You have to be coordinated. If you're not coordinated, you don't wanna be fast. In the jump, it's the same. It's not the same like you wanna receive a crossball and you jump here. No, you run, take some distance, and with that force, you jump. Make sense? That's technique in the physical aspect. Now, you have to train that. How? You have to planificate in a balance or in agree with the group of players you have. Depends the age, depends the skills. I don't know if it's clear what I'm saying.
Yep.
Yeah. If you don't got it, guys, tell me and I start again. Okay? And the mental part. Okay, I'm gonna put example. S.F.E.R.A or goalie from Chiellini. He's very skillful player. He's very good. But after 2 goals, he start crying. It's like a
They're desperate.
shut down.
A mental block.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's skillful, a lot. He's very good, but
But he
the
doesn't
weakness,
really-
the weakness is mental. It's mental. So we have a mental coach, but in our way we have to try to help too. Oh, like one up, amazing. Oh, good job, Sierra, good job. Keep doing, keep working. You got this. But it's like if he start crying, and I just leave him crying, no, you have to be like, oh, it's okay, it can happen. So you have to be worried about, but you have to train that too. So, for example, if I play versus Ronaldo, I put another goalie. I play all the good players versus him. Why? Because he's gonna receive like 10 goals. We training that for in the moment of the game, you're gonna receive 10 goals too. Make sense? If I put always S.F.E.R.A in the best team, and in all the training session, he didn't receive a goal, what's gonna happen in the games, in the real games?
He's expected to never get scored on.
So it's no or like a direct way for training because we have a mental coach, but you have whatever you can do, just help. Okay? Let's create synchrony and force. Do you have any question? Any doubt? No? We're good?
La pressione esiste solo nel momento in cui tu decidi di deconcentrarti sulle cose essenziali che hai da fare. Quindi
Okay, I don't have it here, but we can talk about that. Forza is where you put your focus or attention, and energy in that moment. I'm not the best stronger player with my shoot, but if I focus on the ball is coming to me, and I use that, all the mental part is gonna help me in the physical part. If you're just playing around, kicking the ball for anywhere, no. I'm not using my force or strength in a good way. It's like it's linked, the mental way and the physical way is linked. I'm most around in soccer. So, for example, midfields, I put the S.F.E.R.A. We all of you, we all knew S.F.E.R.A, right? So S.F.E.R.A is a good player, he's strong, he's the beginning player striker, and he just turn and shoot, turn and shoot, turn and shoot. That's not bad because you're playing a striker, but in the middle, he's like a protect the ball, throwing, he's focused on the ball, and throw the ball to the diagonals. Now, he's playing with the mental part, focus on the strength. I don't know if you hear what I'm saying. Yes? Well, the focus attention, the focus on attention have to be in the moment you have to do on the drill, if it's in practice.
Quindi ogni giorno io cerco di concentrarmi su di esse.
Stronger than I've ever been. Stronger than I've ever been. Stronger than I ever.
Energy is most a little bit, uses strength and potency, balance and equilibrium. What do you think about energy in soccer?
In Spanish?
Yeah, if you want.
Animal.
Animal? It's like a
Enthusiasm.
spirit enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm.
How do you say? Voluntad?
Voluntad, yeah.
Will.
Actitud.
Attitude, that's very important. Hey,
Energy is something that you project that not necessarily see, but you can feel. If your players aren't feeling the energy that you're putting out that's needed for them to play to the best of their ability, they're gonna feel that and they're not gonna play. They're gonna play low momentum, low intensity, low effort, low effort.
because you as a coach have influence in that energy.
Yeah.
Correct. That's very important. I want to do like this. This is all the players. Oh, really?
Use the purple one.
Got it? Yeah, that's me. This is a player without here, with the energy, okay? About the training session. When I try the training session, after that, when I'm playing games, training session. If I if I try to make a very, very, very intense warm up, like it's very hot, 40 degrees, I don't know, it's very hot. We go, we are only 3 players, so we start make suicide. Suicide is the, you go. In the first 15 minutes, it's gonna be you. Yes or no? Okay. After the 15 minutes, in the 15 minutes, you do like a one go here. You pass the ball hard, run, and here you're gonna do 20 push-ups. Just in case. 15 minutes more. After 30 minutes, who's gonna be where?
No.
It's gonna be crawling.
Now here, I want to replay possession game. What's gonna happen?
No energy.
No energy. And what's gonna happen if you don't have energy?
You don't improve.
No, you draw. And it's gonna be frustrated. You're gonna leave the field, I don't wanna go anymore.
But even for you, they won't be able to reach the goals you fix them for the possession game because you kill them the first 30 minutes.
In the 20 minutes.
But that's the energy, right? No, that's
No,
fine.
no,
That's
yeah.
the energy. But how do you deal with the mental part?
Yeah, no, wait.
Let's find that link.
Step by step.
Yeah.
It's physical. Okay? Now, I'm working with 8 and 9 players years old. And I start the warm up with the, I don't know, 5v5, 15 passes in goal, and they have to play in 2 touches. Max, 2 touches. This is the energy. 15 minutes. They score only 1 goal. How do you see that?
They haven't warmed up properly
Why?
because they need to warm up their muscles and their skill, like their skill set in their feet and body.
Inactivation.
Yeah.
In the monkey in the middle,
Oh,
a lot of players or a lot of teams do that, and it's unwarm.
Not proper conditions.
No proper condition about what the players.
About the condition that he put to play. For
Okay.
15 minutes, 15 passes, 2 touches maximum. They're gonna be running. They're gonna be touching the ball.
It's
It's
too
hard to
tough.
score. It's
And
tough.
mentally, you're putting an obstacle that they're not gonna be able to reach.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
maximum
pressing too high.
5v5, you're multiplying what 3 times what they actually have. So they have to pass to each other 3 times, once, everybody. That's a lot.
Guys, this scale, this bar is not only physical. It's physical, mental. When I say mental, it's not like in the psychologist part. It's like in a cognitive way. Okay? Exist Trio is I don't know, with Mandzukic, with the 18, 17 years old, okay, they understand the game. So we can do 5v5, plus 2. Let's do like 2 touches in hard. They do it Monday, like 25 minutes. If I repeat, let's do it Monday, this drill. Now we switch. 18 and 19 years, okay? Let's do it 25 minutes. Now, this is scale like in the 100%. In Monday, they rest like 20 minutes. It's a good number for a warm-up in trainings.
2 minutes for warm-up.
No, okay, let's do, you're right, 15 minutes. For a warm-up, and the scale for the energy, they use the 20%.
They use 20% of the energy in that warm-up. Is that
Oh,
good? Is that a good number?
It's good?
I feel like
Nacho, what do you think about it?
I mean, the practice is an hour and what, 15 minutes long? Hour and 10 minutes long? I don't know if they'll have enough energy to do the rest of the training.
Depends the energy you need in the rest of the session.
yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, if I do this in Monday and Wednesday, I do the same training session. They're gonna use the 15%. 15. Why?
Because they got the hang of it.
Cognitive. Cognitive wise, they
Because in the
already know.
cognitive part, they already know the drill. So that's important when we want to try to do, I don't know, train hard things like play on the back. I have to start with, okay, in an analytic way, pass the ball, they will start here, 2 lines. Pass the ball, score here. Pass the ball. Okay, in the technical part, analytics, I can know too much, so in the bar, 8 and 9 year olds, they use like a 10%. Okay? Why? Because in technical, they don't have to understand nothing, they don't have to play with the position, they just have to repeat an action. Yes or no? So in the cognitive part, it's too much effort? It's not. Okay, now they already know the movement, When I do the next class or the next video is after you pass the ball here, one player is gonna come free. You can play on the back two or you can cross the ball. The idea is the goal, you have to pass the ball, dribbling this line. Okay? It's the same drill, we have the opposition, and we put the limit of the line. Second drill, same day. Okay? They have like a 9%. What do you think about it? How much like cost the effort and the energy? 8 and 9 years old.
80, 90.
About the same.
15? 10%?
They're 8 and 9 years old.
Yeah, 8 and 9.
31.
Double it.
20? Guys, talk, come on.
So how much energy they would use for that same drill
For
the
the
next
same
time they do
practice.
it?
Yeah,
60%.
60? Only the cognitive part?
No, it
Both.
can't be that much.
Ah, that's the key. Because maybe, with the opposition, it lose 20%.
Right.
But what happened with the speed you have to have with the ball,
That's it.
with the fighting for the ball hit from the stretch? So in the physical part and the mental part, mental I say like if you train like this 20 minutes and you didn't score a goal, you spend energy. Like I'm trying, I don't get it.
So if you add
Let's
the
put like
connectivity-
maybe between all the stuff, 50%. You agree?
Okay.
In physical,
Yeah.
cognitive, and mental.
All of these
So-
also depends on the rhythm and the pace
Right,
that you're pushing them to do it.
And the line.
So
Yeah.
this is under the conditions that the coach is doing the right thing.
But it was close, 60. Though.
Yeah, that was good. It's not 60, 50,
Yeah,
55, it's like a,
it's high. It's a high number.
Yeah,
Because
depends,
you need to combine the
depends.
cognitive and the
yeah. Now, this is us as individual. We as a coach, we have to play with them. How? If we see he didn't score, never, okay. Let's start. This guy from far. Why?
Gives them more time to breathe and think. And
Yes. So in the physical, I give you time. And in the mental, I give you more option for score.
right.
Okay? So maybe we come down here a little bit, maybe 40.
Correct.
Make sense? Now we pass to the other one. We have the 50 here. Half of the training session. That's a good number. The 4 drills. We do 2, they are the 50%, they're good. Now, follow the methodology. We're gonna play 5 with 3. These two can go to the other field. Okay? The goalie has to stay in this one, so 1. The 2 midfield have to stay in some 2, and the striker has to stay in some 3. Okay? The idea is they play on the back. If they recover the ball, they have to score. And we have the ball. Position again. They have to score 2. Is clear the drill? It's clear? It's 5v3. But with sons. What do you think about it? 8 and 9 years old.
What conditions do you have? What conditions do you have for those?
What conditions do you gonna put? Put some conditions.
I think that's too complicated.
It's too complicated. What?
Because you're dividing up in zones already.
But they're 8 and 9 years old.
So you keep the zones,
Yeah, you keep the songs.
quito las zonas,
Take over the zones, add a technical condition. Or is it good the way that he said it?
I think it's good just because that's
It's
what,
5v3.
that's what they play.
Yeah.
Initially, like that's what was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6.
so we're playing.
Seven.
1,
70,
3,
75, 76,
2.
That's kind of how they play.
yeah.
So I think the condition is like perfect for how they when they play
Full
games.
7, 8.
Now, if it's my first time doing this drill, I need more than the 50%. Why? Because it's hard. So you have to play to the line. You have to respect the zone. You have
Because
to,
the cognitive.
yes. You
Spend more.
cannot lose the ball in this part because
Yeah,
you
you
wanna
gotta
receive a
spend
ball.
more.
So there enter the mental part. If I lose the ball, I'm gonna receive the goal for sure. So it's too much pressure on me. Nobody's saying nothing, but I know if I lose the ball, they're gonna score on me.
Right.
So if it's my first time doing this drill, the energy is we're gonna spend too much energy, more than the 50%. So they're gonna start like no crying, but in the first fall they're gonna stay on the ground. I cannot play, my knee hurt, because that happened. It's the way to escape from the drill. Why? Because we try to spend more energy than they have. I don't know if it's clear, guys. I'm talking about energy on the training aspect, all in games. So the bar is not only physical, it is physical, cognitive, mental. What can you add there?
Emotional.
Emotional.
You gotta be able to control your emotions. If you're a very angry player, you're always pushing, yelling, you're spending energy.
I feel like that has to do. You could put that hand in hand with the mental too, because it's like
You link these two?
So
you can-
emotional, mental.
Yeah.
So with the emotional, with the cognitive.
Physical, cognitive.
But is it emotional with the cognitive or emotional?
No, mental.
Emotional with the mental.
And emotional, yeah. Cognitive, physical.
I think
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. That is training. Okay? 100%. Games.
I really want to talk about games, yeah. That's good.
All the kids are different. So what can I say is like I remember when I was kid and I would play. If I play a hard game the other day, for example, they know like a hard rival TFC or Matias Almeida. If I say, for example, Chiellini, guys, you wanna play with this Monday or this Saturday versus TFC, they're gonna start like, oh, it's TFC. So Friday night, they're gonna sleep, and they spend like a 25%. The real soccer players, not all the kids, but they really feel the sport, they're gonna spend the 25% the night before. Why?
They're never worried about what they're playing.
What happens if I score, but what happens if I miss the ball? And if I have a penalty and I miss it, a lot of stuff, a million stuff is gonna pass for that man. Yes or no?
Yep.
So, they spend, before the game, the 25%. They go to the game, the parent, oh, you have to score, don't lose the ball today in the middle, don't pass it to the middle, you have to run, you're better than the other guys.
25% more now because of
Because
the parents.
the parent is very important.
Intense.
Yeah. Sometimes like parent does okay, but some parents like, I don't know why you start on the bench because you're better than him, So the coach he don't know what he's talking about. What happened? So in the car, in 20 minutes, they spent another 15. So when he started the field, he had a 60%. You agree? You cannot be agree. You agree with that?
But that's psychological, right?
Yeah, but
That's more
Yeah,
psychological.
that's a lot of mental.
but it's energy.
But it's energy that is going out, yeah.
No, it's energy.
Effects.
And we are working on those aspects, but you know,
Yeah.
it's it takes time.
I know, maybe it's not 15, maybe it's 5.
Yeah, we try to make it
Yeah,
smaller.
that's okay, but that
That's
happens.
psychology, yeah.
Everybody's different.
So we have the kid with 60% before the game. The kids come, warm up. Okay, sit here. I sit all the kids, and then I start. Well, when you receive the ball in the line, you have to go, cross it, run. If you lose it, come back. I talk like 15 minutes and ask for the kid like 15 responsibilities. What's gonna happen?
The number is gonna go up.
In the cognitive part, if I do like ask for
Too many things.
too many things at too many time,
In a short time.
yeah, like let's put 20. So the kid is gonna start the game with the 40% of the energy. What do you think about it?
I feel like the last three, the parents,
Yeah.
the coach, that stuff almost the last two almost comes with like you can't do nothing about it. But I feel like one thing you can do about it, one thing you can control is tell them who they play. I honestly feel
As a
like
coach?
no, the
The
first
first.
when you tell them who they play. I feel like my mind, my way of thinking, and that's just how I've been. I don't care who I'm playing. I don't care if it's my rival. I don't care what the Celtics. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna score. I'm gonna do this. So I think, but not everybody's like me. Not people do worry about like, oh, we're playing the rival. We're playing the hard team. Especially if you tell a team that we're playing a hard team. Oh, we're gonna play the hard team. We're gonna lose. Whatever. So I think as a coach, maybe you could eliminate that part. Not tell them they already keep 25%. The parents, you can't. That's gonna happen. As a coach, you have to run, pass the ball through the line, da da da. So you're gonna have to use that. But that first one, I think we could probably eliminate by not telling them. Just we have a game, bring your best, be ready to play. Let's go. Let's get to work. You know what I mean? That's how I see it. I don't know if
No, it's okay.
you
It's
feel me.
okay.
If that's what I'm saying, but maybe as a coach, we could eliminate and we could get ready to
And
keep.
it's on the
Say
coach's
25%.
responsibility to take the strategy or the tactic to
Yeah,
eliminate that,
but
you
you
know.
as a kid, you wanna know who you playing, you know, like.
Yeah, but
in your head.
but
No,
I'm
so-
gonna give you
sometimes
one
not.
example.
Sometimes not.
I'm gonna give you one example with Chiellini. We played against Barcelona, Spain, Austin, and they knew that we were gonna play with that team, and they play like champions. You know, we need to see.
Was an amazing call.
We need to think why that happened. Why they play like a champions. You know, with the team that they have been playing for 2 years. Barcelona. We are talking about the real Barcelona, no, you know. They do the tiki-taka, you know. And they play very well as well. And we tied that game, 1-1.
And we start winning 1-0.
We start
They
winning,
tied
sorry.
like 5 minutes
5
before
minutes
the
before the
game.
end of the...
It was amazing game. Yeah.
So it's something, there is something else. It's about the coach being positive. It's also about the strategy or the tactic that you use in that game. But maybe the kids, they were engaged. I mean, they were like excited to play more and, you know, and try harder against that team, you know. I don't know. The psychology
No,
works.
what's the environment too? It's like a lot of
Yeah,
teams,
the teams and
all the
yeah.
parents happy because they're gonna play in like a very competitive league, so tournaments.
And we are trying to make this number smaller.
Small, yeah.
With the psychologists and with the work that we are.
Some parents, this is an example, but some parents.
No, I'm
Some
trying
parents don't
to.
even, yeah.
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to show that we can make this number, you know, smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
All the numbers. I agree with the first one, but you tell me, I can explain my part. As a coach, we can down that number. How? In trainings.
Correct.
In trainings. You repeat. Every time I'm gonna start again with all my teams, because I try to play in the similar way. Guys, what do you have to do in defense? Push up and play with the offside. They already know. So it's only, I do it once for me, it's 30 seconds. All the throw-ins to the line. In corners, take one man. When you got the ball in the middle, play fast to the lines. That's it. That's it. Why? Because we already trained for 6 months. If I ask all that stuff in the first week, okay, I'm gonna spend 150% on the, okay? Because it's too much stuff. But you train that step by step, and they get it because, of course, they're smart. And they enjoy the sport. So we have to push and we have to press as a coach because they have to improve and we have to go for that, but step by step and live with their energy. So, if we train, because this is one part, I cannot spend more than energy that I have, okay? But if the other phase two, what happens if they come with the 100% and they just play scrimmage in a small space? They wanna leave the field with the 80%. They gonna prove? Why?
A scrimmage before a game?
Oh no. This is they come to training session and they come to the 100%. Okay?
Oh, and they leave with 80%. No.
So they come and in the technical part I put monkey in the middle. The warm-up. In the technical I put the same monkey in the middle but bigger. The positional part I play in a big field, 6v6, free. Like you can score wherever you want. This is gonna be intense. He's gonna be maybe 50% in the physical part, and the scrimmage is free. So, monkey in the middle, 12, 13 years for put a number. Monkey in the middle is like a max 10%. Monkey in the middle bigger is less. Why? Because there are more players, they don't have too much pressure.
It's more fun.
Yeah, they have more time for team, so 5%. 6v6, 15 for the physical. Okay? And the scrimmage, 20%. Because the competitive in this age is important, they have to crush, they want to win. Okay. So 35, 40, 50%. What do you think about it? If the kid leave the field with 50% of the energy.
If this is a regular thing,
Yeah.
they're not gonna get better.
No.
This is good for like after like a long week of hard training, maybe after a good game,
Yeah,
after
Yeah,
a
maybe
good
we
loss.
play 2 games on Sunday,
Yeah,
this is the training on the Monday,
yeah,
that's perfect.
yeah. But if this is an everyday training session, this will not help them get better.
Why?
Number one, the warm ups and the drills and the stuff that they're doing is a lot of like there's no focus, there's no structure for them to get
It's like
better.
a random
It's
stuff.
just, it's just random stuff that you do, and then the energy that they leave with is 50%. One of the things that I even told my players that was told to me. I remember one time we're doing drills or we're running, we're doing something, and I was funny and never paid attention. I was like, Coach, I'm not even sweating. And then my coach was like, if you're not sweating, it's because you didn't work hard enough. So then I turned around and then I thought I was like, oh crap. Like, if I'm not working hard enough, and coach sees I'm not working enough, I'm not gonna play or I'm not gonna. So then I turned around and years later I'm telling these to the kids, I was like, if I don't see you sweating, that's because you're not working, you're not trying hard enough. So during the training sessions, that energy, they need to leave with like almost zero energy. Because when they come back, that builds for their energy bar to be higher, to be better, to whatever. If you're leaving every time out of practice, you still got 50%, you can still play another game, so then as a coach, you didn't lead them correctly, and as a player, they're not improving.
That's a good point. If they come to the academy in October, this is the 100%. Okay, now if this is a moment they have the same 100%, we're doing the things wrong. Because this 100% after 6 months in the academy has to be at least like this. Yes or no? How we can push the 100%? Like how can we do bigger the scale of the energy?
By making sure they walk out with little to no energy after the pressure.
Every time they come, you have to spend. Not only the physical, in the cognitive part.
It's challenging them from one point to the next one, because we just finished, let's say, playing from the back. So there's 1,000 ways to play from the back. But if we're conditioning them to understand, it's fine. They understand. They hit that plateau. If we continue to say this, do the same thing, same versions, and we're not conditioning them to challenge themselves in a more complex thing. So it's also managing how you take them from this to the next step, to the next step, to the next step. Because the overload, what he was explaining for the 8 and 9 year olds, is too much for them. But if they have the background, if we already trained this for 2-3 weeks, and they have the background, then the conditions is okay. Because we're saying, hey, you gotta respect your position, and you have a goal to do, and you have these, so we can still get that 100% out of them, but it's under more conditions, more pressure, more thinking. But if we don't know how to guide that, like say from here to 6 months, I need to know that my team is gonna be able to do X, Y, and Z. How do we get there? Day by day, pushing that 100, getting that 100 out of them, but also knowing what Eddie just said, making sure that the guys understand that when they come to practice, they're the ones that put the intensity. So one of the things that I say is like, I give you the drill, you put the intensity. Because I cannot run for you, I cannot do it for you, but you put the intensity. If you don't feel like you're doing enough, it's because you're not working hard enough. And that's true, because the guys that we see, like my best example is Ronaldo. If you look at Peters, if you look at Miguel, if you look at Juan, you see players that from the beginning, they're completely transformed now. And they give that 100% every game, every practice, and they're improving. The other ones are getting flushing. But that's because of that.
Yes, energy is here.
Ay, la amiga que se apagó también.
No. Me pasaste el video, yo.
Está por el cable.
Regarding coronavirus, let me see, because I think this is. What's going on here?
You're welcome.
Coronavirus is here. What's going on?
Okay, that's okay. I
No,
can send
that's
it.
fine. I mean, it should work.
Okay, so we talk about synchronicity, force strength, energy.
There you go.
Let's go with rhythm.
Ritmo lo que tenía Ronaldinho.
Rhythm. I got 2 here, 3 stuff.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Give yours a second.
Try here. There you go. It's gonna come. Come on.
Perfect. Rhythm. Moment and flow, order in the interruptions, and fluidity in the moment. Let's go with the first one. What do you think about what does that mean, moment and flow? It's not clear.
Whenever-
It's a button translate. I got it here.
E mi son detta, Sofia, avresti mai detto di essere qua, ai mondiali, di potertela giocare, il tuo sogno è qui adesso, vai, esci da quel cancelletto, cerca di uscire con la gioia che da sempre ti contraddistingue, riparti da quella passione che hai. Esci senza avere la paura di sbagliare, senza avere la paura di vincere, senza avere la paura di essere giudicato, perché già essere qui
Oh, that's
è un successo.
Racing against my shadow,
Rainbow.
drawing closer to the
She was
light.
talking about the
My
passion
heart
that you don't have to think about winning or losing. You just gotta put yourself, work harder, and get the goal that you're looking for.
When I say flow, I think flujo. How can I say
Yeah,
flujo?
flow.
Flow?
Bueno, el flow, yo creo que el flow es.
Flow or flujo. What I'm trying to say is
It's a flow, yeah, but
It's some moments or some movements that happen in the game. We have to try to recreate on the training session. For example, if I try to play with the wings to the midfield and pass the ball, you have to control it and cross it. And this guy have to take the ball and score or at least shoot to the goal. This movement have to be, how can I say, fluid? Like,
Yeah, it has a
flow.
flow.
Has a flow.
It has a flow, yeah.
But it's fluent. It's fluent.
Yeah.
because it's I train. Okay, you go there, you stop here, I pass the ball, you drop it here, when I come here, you pass it, is the same?
No.
No, because it's not real game. It's not like in the real games. So we have to respect the flow for the sport. What am I saying with rhythm? I don't know, it's clear?
Yeah.
Nacho? So this is only an option. But I don't know, we can play with the sun on the back. Let's stay in the same example. I pass the ball here, I have to pass the ball to the line. The idea is the wing open, the number 5 of contention come, I have 2 options here. And then play to the striker, and then cross the ball to the other wing. Now, all these movements, not only, what I try to say is, all the movements, for example, players, rivals, ball, have to be in link, like in synchrony. If I play or I try to stop one of the stuff, I broke the real part for the game. Is clear what I'm saying? Now we have to respect all the movement because it's the same flow they have in the real games. We train for play soccer, so we have to do it more real than we can. Yeah.
Just do the exercises when we're talking about flow. Do the exercises at game speed. That's what he's trying to say. Do everything at game speed. So like if for their age, because their age, Chiellini is not gonna move at the same pace that Ronaldo and Mandzukic is gonna move. So the flow is also the speed of the game that they usually receive the ball. So if you're the little kids, they play 4v4. Just a pass from here to the wall is like perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
But in Ronaldo, a pass from here to there is not enough for the game to flow.
Can we say also like synchronizations, like in their movements?
Yeah.
Because, for example, in any drill, like you say, you make a pass forward. If he doesn't run in the good
Correct.
times, he's gonna miss the ball. Then you have to switch direction to get back the ball. Or if
Yes.
you're going too fast and the ball is back, you have to slow down, miss the control.
That's a good question.
Timing.
Sometimes it's our fault because we have to be honest. If I put one square, I do a lot in the beginning because I didn't know the players we have. So I put 6 out here, 6 out. Okay? Here, jumps. Here, this is unipolar, like one foot only. This is 2 foot. And here I put the launcher. Now, all of you have to go, do all the drill, and go to the right at the same time. What's gonna happen in this?
The ladder is gonna get a line behind.
This is gonna be later. Why?
More time.
Some bottleneck.
Because the drill need more time. So, if this drill has a bad rhythm or rhythm, I don't know.
Rhythm.
Yeah, it's my fault.
Yes.
If I try to work in pass and go, and I do the field like this, what's gonna happen?
Gonna pass and leave.
Always you have to pass and go at the same time.
Gonna pass and leave.
No, the ball takes twice as longer to get and run.
Right. More
So-
mistakes.
The flow is gonna work.
No.
Not to this word.
What I'm trying to say is, you have to recognize that sometimes I try to push the
But
kid,
in
but
the
it's
first
awful.
example, what is the recommendation then? That they don't move from one to the second, they stay?
No,
No.
maybe
Yes.
the letters
Yeah.
shorter. Like
Yeah.
Okay, you make it
no,
shorter.
no
Yeah.
spices, maybe 4.
Yeah.
Or you can make the other one longer, yeah, okay.
You can play with it. Happen a lot with the dribblings drills. Like if I put Solano here. Yeah. I know what I'm talking about, but I saw one time, and now it's us. It's Lano here, on the same time. It's Lano, dribbling around, and rings. And you have to put one foot and turn around, put one foot and turn around, one foot turn around, and pass the ball, just dribbling and go to the next time.
Right.
What happened there?
Yeah,
Takes a
this
lot
one is
longer.
very slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after 3 minutes, all the players were here. Why?
Too many rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different rings.
Oh, yeah.
You got it, guys?
Yeah.
Se lo hice ayer.
Huh?
Ayer o antier.
No.
But
No, Phil.
even with that,
Double.
but even if you try to make like 4 different ones the same size, that in order to make sure that they will get a good timing
Yes.
and not create like at the end they're all at the same place. But it depends because we were talking about each player are different.
Yeah.
So sometimes also you cannot what you say, not expecting, but
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. For example, Laron.
yeah. Or
You're talking about skills, right?
yes.
Yeah, I
Because
was about to.
sometimes
I was about
sometimes
to
the
tell you
player
something.
could just make it
Hard.
harder
Yeah.
for
That's correct. Because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not only
yeah.
about the. No,
That's
I was
a
about.
very good thing.
I was
yeah.
about to say the same thing about Adam and the
Yeah.
other guy with Chiellini. Because they are gonna have some delay because they are not so skilled like the other ones, right?
No, but in
Let's
Chiellini
not talk
it's
about our
obvious
players.
because we have so many different
Yeah,
skills between
Yeah,
the
no,
players.
no,
Like
that's
say-
perfect. That's perfect.
To my. You got it. I mean, it's
I don't know if it's the correct answer, but what can I say is what I do. Okay? What I do is 2 things. If it's only coordination with a few part with the ball, like a no ball, guys, if you see you waiting too much, play in the other side or play with him. Like I don't know, if it's a stair, if Aaron is here, okay, work in the other side. He is a slalom, just pass it and keep playing. Now, it is with ball, and I have 4 lines to 3 players, and we finish like this. We are here, right? Or maybe here, or here, or here, because we have to see all the field. S.F.E.R.A, Bauti, Joseph, go to the field station, quick. And we try to balance. I don't know if it's the correct answer, but maybe.
Comparto otra versión. So the same example that he had with these, I want to make it a lot simpler because just to explain. What we've done for the players is separate these 2 groups, these 2 and these 2, to be the skillful ones and the not so skillful. So the rotation is only partial. These players rotate in this side and these players rotate on this side. Because what we notice is that, yeah, we want to be fair, we want to combine them, but then the player that's skillful is getting stressed right here, and then it causes more conflict within them. So another way of doing it is also separating it by skill within the same group, do the same things,
Yeah.
but the rotation is fast here and then here. So we focus on a lot of coaching here, a lot of motivating here. We've done this in the past because this is the way that it works for us, and they're getting better. They're getting better because the ones that are blue, they're coming to practice all the time.
Yeah.
So we also want to,
The loyal ones.
yeah.
Okay. Ordering interruptions. I cannot stop the drill too much because I broke it or I stepped
Momentum.
the flow, the moment for the drill. So if it's a huge mistake and you have to correct, do it because sometimes for the kids it's better if you stop it and explain the moment because the bad thing or the mistake is fresh. Yeah. But you cannot correct all the stuff fresh because you're gonna work 10 minutes every 2 hours. Fluent in the movement is the same. Let's go with the last one. Activazione. Physical and mental condition of the players. Again, physical and mental condition of the players. Ready at the moment, game or practice. What do you think about activation?
It's necessary.
It's necessary?
Yeah.
How?
When you warm up your players, you activate them. They come in with a certain like momentum, like ready to play, like their blood is flowing, their muscles are loose. Rather, if they come in and you just start them off in whatever drill, or they just start off into the positions for a game, their performance is gonna be low. If it's a game, the other team is gonna get over them. Whatever the case is, they're not gonna be physically or even mentally ready. Or maybe mentally they can be ready, but physically their body, I'm sure everybody can attest to, your mind wants to do something, your body is just not cooperating. Well, the same thing even if they're younger, because you didn't warm them up, they're not activated, they're not ready to go. Their bodies aren't ready to go. So it goes hand in hand with that. It's absolutely necessary. Warm up, monkey in the middle, running laps, whatever gets the blood flowing to have them ready to practice our game.
Practice again. Guys, Jesse?
Yeah, it's important for the coach to, be a part of that, in a sense of, with the whole S.F.E.R.A, leaving everything behind and making sure that you're there, present, and you motivate them to, to want to practice and have a good game, to concentrate and have, be a good director of the orchestra.
I would like to add the segmented part of that, which is teaching the kids or the players their own way of how their body works and that, because we work a lot on the collective from that aspect and a lot, but I know that the way that you need to stretch, the way that I need to stretch is very different. The way that you need to eat, the way that I need to eat is different. The way that you think and process is different than me because the position that you play. So as coaches, I think we can do a lot better at activating specifically what the player needs. So like for instance, let's say I put Ronaldo as an example, Jeremy and Salva. Jeremy, he has all the elements, but he needs to bring them out from himself. Like he needs to stop being lazy and do it himself. Because he settles, because he knows that he can do it, he's confident. But that overconfidence leads him to make a lot of mistakes. And then Salva, he has the confidence, he has the knowledge, and he has that street in him, but physically he's not. Physically he's not there. So I need to talk to Salva about, hey, you really need to improve these, because that's going to allow you to boost yourself to levels that you cannot even imagine. And then it's two different players, so it's still the same team, still same conditions. I'm still activating them the same, but then I'm neglecting the individual if I don't touch that as well. So like maybe that's the whisper in the ear saying, do this.
Perfect. For me, the key he say is physical and mental condition of the players, but not in a collective way. All the players are different. All the groups are different. It's not the same activation we need with the Matsukic, 18 and 19 years, with Betancourt, 7 and 8, right? Which is the difference? What do you say before the game?
Because I know that they're a lot younger and their brains are like all over the place.
Yes.
I do something very direct, very simple, and they get to the point.
Boys,
So they run laps without the ball,
Yeah.
then they run laps with the ball,
Yeah.
and so it's 3 laps
Okay.
without the ball, 3 laps with the ball. By the time they come back, they're ready to go. So simple,
Because you work on that.
right?
It's not like a one at a time, no. You do it like a 3-4 games. In the fight one, they already know.
Right.
After that, they're gonna start to play. So, in a mental way, they already know they're ready for the game.
Right.
Now, this is personal. You can tell me if you agree or not. In the 100% for play, the idea is play between. In the activation, like in the energy you have for ready for play, is between 70 and 80. Why?
That's after the activation.
This is
No, that is
just in the minute you're gonna enter on the field.
So okay.
because of the thing prior to.
What happens if you are down for the 7?
After activation, you're gonna go down.
Like, okay, I'm gonna play. If I lose the ball, doesn't care. Because you are not in a good level for you to really start to play. Now, the other side. I'm gonna put an example with Matsukic. We played 4-0 the last time. We're gonna have the revanche. What happened in the... Let's put the example for the Gators. We lost 1-0. The second half for that game, all the parents were like, oh guys, they're yelling for the kids. I'm not gonna say the words, but was very bad. Okay? So what happened with the kids? They start to listen the other parents. They try to fight. Now it's not a fight, like a push. Last minute, Felipe like a
Last.
kick one guy for the other team, and he did like in the clicks. So he injured himself.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because he wasn't focused on playing rather than.
Because it was over the activation line. It's not good. Few or too much. You have to be in balance. If you wanna play a final, I tell you, guys, this is a final, you're gonna be champions, you wanna be a professional player, you wanna have a lot of money, you wanna help all your family, your kid, your mom, your dad, you're gonna enter like a, it's my last chance ever, like a, it's too much. You got that? It's like a, it's not a correct activation. I don't know if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, the right pressure to
Yeah.
let it.
It's okay, push a little bit, you have to push. But push, and here, no more. Take it or leave it, like at the 100%, it's a lot. They're gonna enter, so energy they're gonna take a rest in 5 minutes, they're gonna hurt themselves because in the first half, they are in their goal, they're gonna try to score in the other goal. That's it, injury. Why? Because they are overrated, I don't know if what I'm
Anxious,
saying.
yeah.
Okay?
Overreacting, yeah.
Overreact. So the activation is very important, not only in practice, on the games too, or we have to lead them. The last game, only for close, we won 4-3. All of you know Eduardo?
Yep.
Okay. You know the captain for the first team is Felipe. Felipe is very serious, he's very gentleman. When he comes, he say hi everybody. He cannot come to train. Coach, I cannot, but sometimes he comes like with any shirt, blue jeans, only for video. So that's very respectful. Now, we are all together for play. If we win this game, we wanna play the Harris County Cup, so we have a little pressure because we need to win. Oh guys, let's go, let's go, let's go. Eduardo entered in the circle. I want to say something. I don't know what he said. I don't remember. It's 40 seconds, but after the 40 seconds of the team, oh yeah, Juve, Juve. We scored like a 2 minutes in 2 goals in 10 minutes. Why? Because it was in the perfect line. I don't know what he said. Tell me if I'm wrong. Nacho, you was there too.
What did he say?
I was all over the
I
place.
don't remember. I don't remember. I don't
I'm
know.
gonna ask him tomorrow.
I don't know, but it was amazing. Not only the words, the way he do,
The emotion.
like the hug, you know, like all together.
We gotta start, we gotta score 4 goals.
He gave everyone confidence.
Was amazing. Amazing, de verdad. So, I don't know, I tried to pass the S.F.E.R.A model to the training session, only for clear some aspects. So synchronia is clear, it's the balance between the body, mind and environment. The forza is the strength, not only physical, because it's a common mistake. Relation like the strength, only the physical part. It's not that all the truth. Energy, ritmo, and activation. So I don't know if you want some question, you want to add something. Johnny?
You wanna ask something about what you just
Anything.
saw today? Anything, I mean.
That's good? Okay, do you think it was helpful? Was like more than the same?
No.
It,
Yeah?
I mean, this is more to refresh.
It was a good refreshment.
It's good because, you know, sometimes, as I mentioned before, we just forget, you know, to do stuff. But doing this, I think we can improve every day, right? That's the goal. If you wanna see the video again, I mean, we can do it every 2 months just to refresh, to go over. I think next time that we can bring a training guide that reflects, you know, most of the things that we cover here.
It's late.
No, it's late today, but next time
Yeah.
we can bring like 3 or 4 different training guides for different ages, and then we see how we can apply to the S.F.E.R.A.
Director.
What's that? It was a good game yesterday. I forgot to tell you. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
We had game yesterday. We tied 8-8, but it was a
Really?
tough.
Wow.
It was a tough game. It was. They
No
have
problem,
really good
didn't want me
players.
there.
And they have an amazing. They have a really good goalie.
No,
Good goalie. I mean, that guy stopped like. You know,
Tenían como 2 cazagoles.
yeah, well.
Casagüiro.
pero estuvo